Mga higala, kumusta? Napunta ni atong tulumanon Panglantaw sa kagabion. Then magkukabildo ta or maghisgot-hisgot sa nagkaraiyang isyu sa atong katilingban. Mga mahimong political, social, or spiritual. Pero sa dili pa ta magsugod sa ato ang lantugi ni ining kagabion, mga igsoon, ato sang i-shout out ni ato ang mga likers, ato ang tulumanon, ato ang episode kagabi. Itong shout out si Marilu P. Faustino, ato ang mathematics teacher diha sa Kalubi Integrated School, ato ang pastor diha sa Sayo Christian Fellowship, si Pastor Yong Makig-Angay Jr. Si Mr. Johnny D. Samunti, ato ang social studies teacher, ato ang amigo nga drummer diha sa kuan ug singer pod ni siya diha sa Ramon Magsaysay sa Buanga del Sur, estudyante ni siya sa Mulabi Vocational Technical School, si Roim J. Anciano Humawan. To ang ICT coordinator diha sa Kalubi Integrated School, si Mrs. Revelyn Apabli Lagata, o si Verlan Sofia Joy Alcacid. Daghang kaayong salamat mga sir ug ma'am sa inyong suporta ining ato ang programa. Ato pong gipasalamatan ang Shipco Company o uban pang mga company nga mo pops up sa ato ang video matag karon ug unya. Sila ang nag-support, naghatag o tubig ug asin aning ato ang program matagabi Panglantaw sa kagabion. So good evening once again mga kahigalaan, and welcome back to Panglantaw sa kagabion. In our last episode, we reflected on the truth. An arrogant person follows public opinion. We saw how ignorance or blinds people, how it makes them slaves of the crowd, and how it can destroy families, churches, and nations. Tonight, let us continue that reflection. That this time, let us connect it with our nation's present reality. Because ignorance and public opinion are not just philosophical ideas. They are forces shaping Philippine politics today. Mga igsoon, public opinion can be a dangerous master. We saw it in the Bible. The crowd once shouted, Hosanna, but soon after, the same crowd shouted, crucify him. We see it in history. Nations have risen and fallen because their people followed noise instead of truth. And we see it how in our politics. Public opinion once carried Rodrigo Duterte to power. Millions adored him. His strongman image, his fairy words, his promise of change, they were irresistible to the masses. But let us be honest, public opinion also excused him. When his language crossed the line of decency, people said, maogyud na siya, maogyud na iyang estilo. When questions about killings in the drug war arose, people shrugged. Basta mawala lang ang droga, okay ra. Public opinion turned into blind support. And because of that, many abuses were tolerated. Many institutions weakened. Many lives lost without due process. Mga kahigalaan, this is the danger of ignorance. When people stop questioning and simply clap at every word of their leader. Now, let us look at President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. He has inherited a nation deeply divided, an economy recovering from global crisis, an institution scared by political battles. And yet, notice this, public opinion has not been kind to him. Every move is criticized, often not on the basis of fact, but on the prejudice of his family name. People say, Marcos na lagi, mauna gyud na siya. But mga igsoon, should we condemn a leader simply because of his surname? Should we allow prejudice to replace reason? If we look carefully, we see efforts toward stability, strengthening international relations, securing food supply, seeking renewable energy, and balancing foreign policies. Are these perfect? No. But do they deserve to be dismissed outright just because public opinion is bitter? No, also. Ignorance condemns without evidence. Wisdom discerns with fairness. This is why we have the rule of law. Our constitution, our civil code, our courts, these are designed to protect us from mob rule, from the tyranny of public opinion. Article 19 of the Civil Code reminds us, every person must, in the exercise of his rights and in the performance of his duties, act with justice, give everyone his due, and observe honesty and good faith. That applies to leaders, and it applies to citizens too. Justice is not based on noise. Good faith is not based on popularity. Remember Pontius Pilate. He knew Jesus was innocent, yet he surrendered to the crowd. Mga igsoon, Duterte once thrived by riding the wave of the crowd. Marcos Jr., on the other hand, is learning to govern despite the wave of criticism from the crowd. The question is, will we as citizens be like the mob shouting blindly, or will we be like the few who stand for reason, truth, and discernment? Mga kahigalaan, let me be clear. This is not about worshiping one leader or demonizing another. It is about exposing the danger of ignorance and the power of public opinion. Duterte's popularity showed us how public opinion can blind people to abuses. Marcos Jr.'s unpopularity shows us how public opinion can condemn unfairly without reason. Both are lessons for us as citizens. We cannot be ignorant followers of the mob. We must be wise seekers of truth. Romans chapter 12 verse 2 reminds us, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, His good, pleasing, and perfect will. Mga igsoon, do not conform to ignorance. Do not conform to prejudice. Do not conform to mob rule. Instead, be renewed in your mind. Seek truth. We leaders, not by popularity, but by justice, honesty, and faithfulness to God's law. So tonight, we continue our reflection. An ignorant person follows public opinion, but a wise person tests the spirit, weighs the facts, and stands for truth, even when it is unpopular. Let us not be blind followers of the 30s past popularity. Let us not be blind critics of Marcos Jr.'s present governance. Let us instead be wise citizens, fearless to praise what is good, courageous to rebuke what is wrong, and always grounded in God's word and the rule of law. Mga higala, in the end, it is not the crowd that will judge us. It is God. And on that day, public opinion will mean nothing. Only truth will matter. Kini ang panglantaw sa kagabhion diin ang kahayag na gadanag bisan pa sa kangit-ngit. Kini inyong igsuon, Jeremias labaho tubigon, sa makausap pamuingon, nga sa atong pagpangandoy ug matarong na katilingban. Ang kamatuuran gayud ang atong suga, ug sa kangit-ngit sa kasaysayan, ang tinud-anay na pamunuan, ang labing hayag na paglaom. Daghang kayong salamat sa inyong pagtanaw ug pagpaminaw. Kini inyong higala, magaingon, ang Dios magapanalangin ug magapanalangin ug magapanalangin sa natong tanan. Mayong gabi.